Hey there, it's Brian here from Wealth Architect once again. And the one thing I want to say to you from an investment point of view, when I work with private clients, the first thing I really want to get clear on is, what are you hoping to achieve? And not the kind of usual answer, well, I just want to invest, I want to get great returns. Well, of course, everybody wants to get great returns. That's a given. But what is it that you're hoping to achieve? And so whenever I sit with a private client, I'm really trying to narrow down and really understand what is the objective of this investment. And look, a lot of times clients will just say, look, I'm not really sure. And so I like to categorize this, and I like to, from a framework, say, okay, look, let's start here. We've got long-term investments, you've got medium-term, and we've got short-term investments. Long-term investments will have to deal with 10 years and plus, things like retirement. Your medium-term will be, for instance, if you have children, maybe providing for their tertiary education. And then short term will be anything up to 5 years, and there'll be something like, I want to go on an overseas holiday in 5 years. You see, because we need to start with the end in mind. I need to understand where it is that you want to go. Remember my example of traveling from Pretoria to Cape Town? Where do you want to end up? Because where you want to end up will determine what is the best solution for you. And so if you're not really sure about where to start, I'd start from retirement planning. Why? Because for 94% of South Africans, their retirement plan is one of three things. Either they're going to die when they retire because they cannot retire, or they're going to work until they retire because they cannot afford to retire, or for most people, they're going to move in with their children. Only 6% of South Africans are actually in a position to retire. And so I would start there, and I would say, okay, are your provisions enough? What does retirement look like for you? Where do you want to end up in retirement? And so, and what is that route and strategy that we need to put into place to get you there? Or maybe you say, look, I know my retirement is in place, but I'm really looking, I've got children, and I want to understand, how do I provide for them for the tertiary education? Because you know that education costs are escalating at an incredible rate. So how much am I going to need for the tertiary? What if something happens to me in the meantime? How will the education be provided for? Then we understand that's the type, then we need to focus and look at the vehicles. Or you might say, look, I'm pretty set in those areas, and I really just want to see what's the best possible solution for me to have enough money to go on an overseas holiday in 5 years. Well, how much are you going to need? And what vehicle we're going to put into place, and what kind of return. And so we do a planning exercise, and we do a calculation in terms of what it is that you need to do in order to get to where you want to be. And look, if you're not really sure of your current investments, maybe you don't have any of those provisions in place. Or maybe you do, but you're not actually sure. You've never done a investment planning exercise. You know you've got maybe a provident fund or retirement fund or a pension, but you're not actually sure, is that going to produce the life that I'm looking for? Well, you can book a call with me, and it's going to be completely obligation free. There's no commitment. All we'll do is we'll look at what you have, look at where you want to be, and see if there's a possible gap there, and then what are the solutions to get you to where you want to be. You can book a call with me. Either you want to look at retirement, you want to look at some education planning, you want to just do general financial planning for yourself. You can book a call with me. Click on the link below, and you'll get a link to my calendar. Book a time slot. Let's have a discussion. It's very basic. I'll just kind of look at what it is that you want to do, and just look at if I can help you at all with that. And if we can continue the conversation. If not, I'll try to point you in a better direction. So go ahead and book that call, and look out for my email tomorrow. I'll see you soon.